If you struggle with food addiction and food obsession, you've probably already come to the conclusion that diets do not work for you. But do you know why diets don't work? The reason is probably not what you think, which is why in this video, I want to share with you the real reason why diets do not work and what to do instead so you can truly get on your path of freedom from food. So if you're excited about this topic, make sure to like this video so I know to make more videos like this for you. Hit that subscribe button and the bell to be notified every time I post a new video. And in case you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Debbie Lichter, food addiction expert and founder of the Freedom Embodied Academy, where I help high-achieving women who know what to do and who've tried practically every diet out there get free from food addiction and food obsession so that you can finally feel comfortable in your skin and authentically shine your light in the world. Okay, so let's get into it. So diets do not work, simply put, because they don't solve the real problem. You might think your problem is the weight. You might think your problem is that you can't control how much you eat. You might think your problem is sugar or carbs. You might think your problem is that someone's always bringing junk food into work or into the house. You might think your problem is that you have to cook for other people. Or you might think your problem is because you live alone and you don't cook for other people. Or because the big food companies are out to get you with all of these addictive ingredients and additives. And none of those things are the real problem. Because the real problem has nothing to do with food. It has to do with what is driving you to the food in the first place. To understand what's driving you to food in the first place, we need to talk about what food addiction is, which is something that I go way more into in this video. But for our purposes here right now, food addiction is when you use food or food thoughts to distract or numb yourself from an underlying discomfort and dis-ease that when you try to stop doing, you find you can't. So here's what's so interesting is that you go to food when you have an underlying discomfort and dis-ease. So get this, food is not only not the problem, food is the solution. Food is the solution for an internal state of discomfort and dis-ease. This is crazy, right? But it makes sense because as long as you have that internal state, it's going to drive you for something external to soothe that, to comfort that, to numb yourself out. And this is what drives us to food. Now, it doesn't always drive us to food. Sometimes we go to shopping. Sometimes we go to Netflix. Sometimes we go to social media, or we go to alcohol or smoking or drugs. Lots and lots of different things can fit into this category, which further confirms the whole notion that this is not about the food. This is about some external source of ease and comfort. This is why a strategy that focuses on fixing your food, like going on a cleanse or intermittent fasting or cutting out the sugar or going keto or any food-focused approach, is not going to lead to actual freedom from food if you have a food addiction. Because as long as that underlying discomfort and dis-ease is there, it's going to ultimately drive you for an external source of ease and comfort that is found in food. So I'm curious, do you relate to using food or other things like shopping or TV or social media to distract and numb yourself? Go ahead and post a comment below. So you might be thinking, okay, well, that makes sense why diets don't work, but now what do I eat and what do I do? So I want to share with you 4 things that I did that really helped me to get off the diet hamster wheel and onto my true path of real freedom from food that I would highly recommend you consider doing too. Okay, so the first thing I did was I started to go within and ask my inner guidance, please show me what healthy eating looks like. And I'd actually listen for that inner guidance. I did this before I was eating, like as I was walking into the kitchen or sitting down at a meal with friends or family or walking into a restaurant, all you can eat buffets. I use this tool in the midst of eating. I even use this tool towards the end of eating. You know that moment towards the end of eating where your mind starts to think, what can I have next? I inserted this practice and had such incredible experiences with it. So, here's what I'm going to say is that this is not the complete solution. This is a start. And this absolutely helped me, especially as I was starting to unravel from that diet mentality. So I also just want to say that if you're listening to this right now and there's a part of you that's going, that's not going to work for me, I already know what to eat, and that's not going to work. I just want to invite you into considering something. So if you come into this with already thinking that you know, it's not going to work. But if you open yourself up to asking within, asking your higher wisdom, asking your inner guidance, asking and setting aside everything that you think that you know about what you're supposed to eat, about what you can have, about what you can't have, about what your problem is, just set it all aside. Set aside the stories, set aside the agenda, set aside the fears, set aside everything, and just let yourself be open. You might actually have a brand new experience that you never thought was possible. The second thing that I did was I asked for help. So checking in with my inner guidance was an amazing start, like I said, but I was still having urges to compulsively binge. So I knew there was more to it than that. And I had figured that everything that I knew had brought me to where I currently was. So if I wanted another level of freedom, then I needed to do something different. And for me, that required getting a new level of support. The third thing that I did was I stopped researching nutrition information entirely. I stopped filling my mind with data and facts and studies and updates. In fact, I stopped focusing on food entirely and turned my attention to uncovering and discovering the pathway of actually solving the problem at the root. And the fourth thing that I did was I learned how to get reconnected in my body, which is actually something I talk more about in this video, so that I could learn how to sense what my body needed from the inside out instead of applying, somebody else's plan for me for what they think that I should eat. Now, today, a decade later, these four things are actually some of the very tools that I use to support women on their path of freedom. And if you'd like to find out more about how to get on your own path of freedom from food so that you can feel comfortable in your skin and have the confidence to be authentically you, I'm going to leave a link in the description box below. I highly recommend that you schedule a call with my team where we can explore exactly how to get you on your path and what you're going to need to get on that path right away. So now you know why diets do not work and what to do to get on your path of true freedom from food. So if you got some value here today, please give this video a like, hit that subscribe button, make sure to watch this video next, and I will see you next time.